Hi YouTube, hi Slay Squad, welcome back to my channel. Yes, it's me, Ms. Excalibar, and I'm back with my Nyx Face Awards entry, and it's the first time I've ever entered. Hope you enjoy it. So I'm going in with my Loreal Infallible foundation. I've picked Creme Cafe, and I think it's colour 110. I wanted a colour that was lighter so that when I go in with the contrasting colours it stands out. I'm using my MAC foundation brush and I'm going to go in afterwards, and I'm going to use my beauty blender just to get everything smooth. As you can see, I've marked out my face with a white eyeliner just to get the shape in, which I've never done before, which I kind of found helpful. Next, in with the Lumiere Luxe powder. I've mixed it with water as a mixing medium, which worked really well. So I'm just going in and filling in the space for the chin area, marking it out. I'm using a Morphe brush from my 18-piece Morphe brush set. As you can see, I've marked out my face with tape beforehand, and I wish I'd used probably Scotch tape, which is a bit stronger, and the stickiness on it wasn't very strong, but it did the job. Next, in with the jawline, just making sure it's straight. I'm using downward strokes instead of going up horizontally because it covers the line better. Make sure you cover the ears so that it's kind of like a mask feel. And onto the other side, same technique. Make sure your lines are sharp as possible. That's what's going to make this look really nice and crisp. Then onto the forehead, I used masking tape on the top, as you can see, which held a lot better. Try and get into the hairline as much as possible. I was really impressed with the actual consistency and the actual texture of the powder. It's got a beautiful shimmer. The powder's called Indian Bronze. Next, onto the neck, using my MAC foundation brush, and I'm making sure I'm going all the way down for maximum effect. As you can see, you can still see my skin a little bit through, but just make sure that you go over it, and you'll see me do that later. Then onto the contours of the side contours of my face. I'm just marking it out and gauging it where I think nothing was drawn here. I was just freestyling and using my free hand. Just make sure you fill in all the gaps as much as possible. the other side. Try to get it to match as much as possible. Then onto the black paint. I'm using Snazaroo Classic face paint. Same mixing medium I used was water. A brush I used was a red earth. I think it's a highlighting brush, but I use it for my under eye a lot. This brush worked brilliantly for what I was trying to do. Make sure you follow the lines as much as possible. It doesn't really matter if you go over, because you can always go in and correct it. Change the brush to it's just a small flat brush. It's got no name on it. I was going for a kind of camouflage kind of feel, kind of abstract. The theme in my head was, the inspiration was Mad Max, and it was, yeah, I wanted it freestyle, free flowing shaping, camouflage, apocalyptic kind of feel. Then I moved on to Revoultion Strobe highlighter in Flash. Now this is it's pigmented highlighter. It's got green, gold flecks. You can't really see much in this angle. Then onto the Ben Eye, back to add the splashes using the foundation brush again, and then I moved on to eyeliner. I just thought an abstract eyeliner would look really good underneath here. Then onto the contours of the neck, I'm using the same Snazaroo face paint in black. I liked how the brush strokes, I created them so they look like, you know, like the dirt, the oil, that rough kind of outdoorsy apocalyptic feel. Make sure you blend everything. Then onto the glitter. I was using a mix of glitter from eBay, which I'd mixed with some glycerol. This proved to be quite wet, but it had a nice effect. As you can see, I'm just placing it where I feel like the light may hit it, almost like a replacement highlight. I use various colours and various textures of glitter, all from eBay. Use as much or as little as you want. Then onto some more line work. I decided to do a nice line with the Benai Indian Bronze Lumiere powder. Mixed it again with the water. Then onto the lip. I decided to do like an accent curve over the lip. I don't know why, I just thought it would just look really nice. And I extended it down over the lip. Make sure not to hesitate and just do a straight line stroke. And then in with the Snazaroo, I decided to outline it and just give it an abstract point at the end. You can really see the glitter starting to pop. It's popping. When you're adding all the little bits, try not to overthink it. It was just a case of just flowing and going where my brush was taking me. Then using the Snazaroo again, just defining the mask effect. And just giving it a bit of dimension. Using a detailing lip brush actually for this. This is from my Morphe 18-piece brush set. Make sure that your lines are exactly how you want it to work. What works with this look is that it's sharp lines and curved edges. Then into the contours of the eye. So I'm lining the eye with the black Snazaroo and then giving myself an underwing. And then this one, I did the wing on top. If you're liking how this looks, make sure, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and share. Head over to my Instagram. You guys liking it may give me a better chance of being moved on to the next section. Here I changed the wing and I just wanted a blunt edge. So I'm going back and forth in between two brushes. Here I just wanted an accent over the eye. So it's almost like, well I put myself and give it a cut crease. Then I wanted to do like a painting effect as a contour, so it's all faded, and I'm using a lip liner brush again just to give it a bit more detail. Then as I said, I'm going over the bronze where any patches are, creating any lines, finishing off that mask look. Then onto the upper part of the mask, I went over it in the black Snazaroo again and just gave like little mini ridges, almost like something else is breaking through. Make sure you take whatever time you need. This look took me 3.5 hours. Then I went back into the Revoultion Strobe Flash highlighter and I wet the brush and I was just giving a more defined line. Then back on to the Snazaroo face paint, and I just wanted to like face splashes, like face marks, almost like tribal, I suppose. Just wanted different textures and different mediums in this face look. Then I used back in with the Indian bronze and added like a blend. Now for the white lines. These were so hard to do. I just started off painting them straight and I thought I'd have no problem keeping within the lines, but what I ended up doing was using sellotape and going back over them. I went over the white about 4 or 5 times. At one point I stopped filming me going over it because it was just very, very time consuming. It had a great effect at the end though. I was very pleased with the final look. But what I had to do was put the paint on the top, let the sides dry, and then keep going back and forth. What I also did was put the sellotape above the line and recreated another line. It was quite a long process, but I'm very happy with the result. You've got to have patience when you're creating your art. Then I did an accent line. I wasn't pleased with this at first, and I drew it on and then I left it with the intention of removing it. But by the time it dried, I liked the look of it. Then I'm using the white eyeliner by Stargazer, and I just put that on top of the black accent, so formed like a cut crease on top. You will have to go over this 4 to 5 times to build up the opacity. Then I decided I didn't want it to be a straight sharp line, so I went over it with the Snazaroo and then formed like a little indent. I just didn't want it looking too perfect. Then I set it with the Mahiran barrier spray. This spray was perfect. It kept everything in place and reduced the cracking on the white paint. Then onto the lashes. I used the same white eyeliner, which was Stargazer, and painted the lashes 1 or 2 coats to let it dry. The lipstick I'm using is Colourpop and it's Dr. M. It's a beautiful green. Absolutely love this lipstick. As you can see, I blotted it and it just formed like a smudge effect on the bottom lip. Then onto the lashes, I painted these and let them dry with the Snazaroo. And then back on to the lower lip, I used Lime Creme. Can't remember the name of this one. Then on top for the glitter, I used Collection glitter crystals. Dig It. Went over it a few times. Then in with my Milk Jumbo pencil in Beam. Then on with some lower lashes. You can't really see them, but they really show up in the photo. Then I thought, let me paint the hands. I do like that look. There you have it. My finished controlled discombobulation. My Apocalypse Warrior Queen. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this look. See you on the next one. Bye. Mwah.